Alright, now we're going to open the last two rolls of pennies. Alright, let's see what's in this first roll. This is our last two rolls of pennies, and then I don't have any more coins to open. So hopefully we find something good. This 1984. Right away, it doesn't look like we have anything special, but let's get searching. 1976D and 1977D. Yeah, they're both D. 1996D. 1979D. 1977D. 1979. I'm really hoping for another San Francisco minted coin. $1993. $1972. 1975D. 1998D. 1993. It looked kind of like a double die, but with the condition it's in, I don't think anyone's gonna want to get this even if it is. 1970D. 1995. Doesn't look like that double die that might be on the 95s. 1982D. 1979. 1991D. 1978. 'It looks like a D. 1991D. 1969D. That's the oldest one that we have so far from this roll. 1990D. 1978. 1996. 1964D. That's now the oldest coin from this roll. 1988D. 1973D. And 1982D. Alright, this stack of coins will probably be on eBay. I looked some of these up on eBay. I haven't been doing that with the other coins because I thought, let's see what some of these are actually selling for now. So I'm going to quickly go through these and just tell you what the dates are. 1978D. 1977D. 1970D. 1995D. 1991D. 1990D. 1964D. 1969D. 1982D, and that looks like the large date. 1979. Oh, it's a 1982. It's not a 1982D. This one is a 1991D. I might actually have two 1991Ds in here. 1994D. And now it's time to open the second roll. Alright, so this is the second roll of this video, and the last roll of pennies. Nothing special so far. I'm not expecting to find like an Indian head penny in here, but I would like to find another wheat penny. The first one I saw was this 2006 with that mark through it. I'll probably put that on eBay just to see what actually happens to it. 1995. 1981D. 1983. 1989. 1994D, 1977, 1981D. Yes, and we found another wheat penny. It's actually a 1945 Philadelphia. Of course, it doesn't want to focus. There it is. So that one will be on eBay. It's one of the older ones they started. Well, they started making them in 1909. So that's not super old, but it's the oldest penny that we have so far. $1980, 1973 with a rim error. $1978D, $1987D, 2005, $1974, $1994D, 1989, 1986, 1994, and something that stuck out to me a couple minutes ago was this 1964. One of the older coins. Not the oldest one. Because we did find out a 1945 wheat penny. That's the one that I showed you earlier. 1990. 1998D. 1982. 1982. 1962, 1979D, 1996D, 1970D, 1982D. A lot of old pennies in this row. 1972. 1975, 1997, 1964, 1961, the low one, 1973, and last one, 1991. That is the most old pennies that we had in a row. We only had 12 pennies from 2000 to today. Wow, do we have a tall stack of pennies from the second roll. I will say probably not all of these will be going on eBay, but I'm just going to go through which ones we have and which ones might. 1964, 1973 off-center, 1962D, 1964, 1961, 1982D, 1945 wheat penny, 1974, 1983, 1985, 1975 off center, 2006 with that. I don't even think that's an error, but I just want to put that up. 1989, 1978, 1986, 1970, 1973, 1982, and 1982. This one is from Denver. The other 82 wasn't. I need to start saying more of the mint marks. I'm going to come back to you with every penny that will be on eBay. So I'm going to go through and make sure that there isn't duplicate years or anything like that. Alright, final recap of all the pennies. The ones that are absolutely going on eBay are these 4 that I have in here. These are the ones that I was going to list as BU because of like the condition there. This is a 1975. You can kind of see the toning on the camera there too. This is the 1965. The 1982. And this is the 1961. This is the one that I think looks the best, the 1961. You will be getting those holders if you buy these, because I don't want to take these out and risk damaging them anymore. And then this here is the other stack that's going to be going on eBay. This is the 1995 that looks like a double die, but once you put out the magnifying glass, it doesn't. This one is a 2006D, but it just has that, like, Sharpie mark on it. I just wanted to put that up on eBay to see what happens. This has a very slight rim. No, this does have a slight rim error, but this is the 1970S. This does have a rim error. It's a 1973. This one also has a slight rim error at the 1975. This is a 2009 bicentennial. This is the other bicentennial, 2009D. This is the 2020D. And then in all of the rolls of pennies we did, we looked at 10 rolls of pennies. We only got 3 wheat pennies. We got the 1945, which I think is our oldest. The 1956D. And the 1952D. Yeah, the 1945 Philadelphia is our oldest coin that we got. So these will be on eBay, along with these. I should not have put those on top of those other coins, but those are the BU coins that I was going to list. Now we're on to the other coins, which I know some of these would be on eBay. There's a lot of them. The 1960D. The 1961D, the 1962D, the 1964, 1964D, 1967, 1969D, 1970D, 1971D, 1973, 1973D, 1974, 1977D, 1977, 1978, D, 1979, 1982, 1982D, 1983, 1986D, 1987D, 1989D, 1990D, 1991D, 1995, and last but not least, 1996D. These are all the coins that will be going on eBay. The ones in the front here will be on eBay. The ones in the back probably won't. Some of them might, but a lot of them probably won't. So I hope you enjoyed this last penny video and the recap of all the pennies I found. And I'll see you in another coin video very soon. Bye.